Hold on, let me cut my audio on.
Can't hear you, Chris.
Oh yeah,
All right,
there you go.
let's get it started. All right, it's, it's a lot going on, and when it comes to the NBA, and this isn't it's a present topic, but it's a future one too, and it's Austin Rivers getting into it with Draymond Green about um they bullshit and Austin Rivers actually coming at Draymond Green like, stop it. Like, stop it, bro. I mean, I ain't gonna even say stop it, but I am gonna say stop it because stop it, bro. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
So you mad at
Sir,
Austin?
no, I'm not mad at Austin but I'm just saying, why you coming at Draymond like that? You was on a show and then why you had to say that? That was just like you didn't have to
So,
say that, man.
so,
Just say what you had to say, but you didn't have to say, "Oh man, he's a no." So much footage. One guards him. This and that. Like that. That's my first order of business. Like, I mean, what y'all think about that shit? Like, because one person going to the Hall of Fame and the other one ain't. So it's just like, no slight on Austin, but at the same time, bro, you are not Draymond. You have no business coming at Draymond Green about anything. You know
so
what
I,
I'm
Oh,
saying?
Draymond came at him first though.
No, no. Austin Rivers was on. It wasn't Dan Patrick show, but it was a show like that. And he said what he said. And yeah, right, bro.
I mean, but I think the thing is that you gotta own your truth for what it is. So Draymond has never hid away about being passive when it comes to his offensive side of the game. Like, and he will tell you hands down, like, but that ain't get me 4 championships. Me going out there trying to score 20 and 30 points. You know what I'm saying? Now, for
Right.
Austin Rivers, the comeback that Draymond had, that his dad threw him a lifeline with $42 million, I wholeheartedly agree with that. You were literally out of the league. Nobody wanted you, but your dad took you in LA. So it's not like it wasn't the truth. It's just that, you got to own it for what it is. I mean, Austin, I think, has always seen his game on another level than what he actually has delivered. The one thing you remember Austin for is that clutch shot that he hit at Duke to beat Carolina. Like, outside of that, you can't really name no NBA games where you like, Austin Rivers lit it up like that. He was a role player. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he like came at you. I get what you're saying. It wasn't like he came at you statistically, like you tried to come back at him statistically. But you just gotta own it for what it was. I mean, your dad threw you a hell of a lifeline. Get paid. Don't be mad at it. I mean, there's plenty of cats that got money in the NBA and games was worse than Austin. You know what I mean? But just don't be mad at the truth. Like, the truth was the truth. Your dad threw you that lifeline. Nobody else was about to pick you up. You were literally on your way out of the league before he took you in LA.
I don't really know how it started. I know certain things both of them said, but I mean, I don't. It don't really matter to me. I you know, not a big deal either way for me because I don't know the whole story, and I don't want to talk when I don't know the whole story.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I just say he's not a player like I said, you can't really name an NBA game where you like your Austin Rivers lit it up and led the way, or name a playoff series where he came like his biggest shot was Carolina versus Duke. That was his biggest shot.
I mean, Austin wasn't a great NBA player, but he made it to the NBA. Anybody that makes it NBA can play basketball.
I don't think it's his game that kept him out of the NBA. I think it's his mental attitude wind up being his biggest deficit to me. You know, like certain things I heard, like when your dad told you to like work out with Rondo, you ain't want to do it. Like you in high school, you get to work out with Rondo, your dad, the coach of the Celtics. That's like a no-brainer to me. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true. That's true. I totally agree with that for sure. Anytime you get a chance to work out with somebody like that, you always take that opportunity.
Right. And then so like if you look at it vice versa, right? Let's other people that were in that same situation. Like you take Steph Curry that was in that situation. They all talk about how Steph was seeking one-on-ones with NBA players all the time, basically to absorb it like a sponge. So you think players are not going to remember, like, I tried to like pass knowledge to this kid when he was younger, but now you're a grown man. You ain't want nothing to do with me then. Don't have nothing to do with me now. Like NBA players carry grudges. And like I said, I don't think it's really like Austin don't have a game. I just think it was more attitude, being able to connect with teammates and team players and team, whether it's with the GM sees how it fits with the team on the floor. For some reason, you wasn't sticking because you didn't have that natural connection to your teammates. So again, you can't be mad because he called you out. Like you got a lifeline, a $42 million lifeline.
Which ain't nobody mad at that.
Nah. And that's what I say, just own it, because I would take it. I'd be like, hey, you know, the same way Draymond gonna own his triple zeros, yeah, just own it, yo. Like, you know, it is what it is.
Well, like I said, Austin, I understand where you're coming from as far as Draymond not being an offensive force. But man, please get out of here. Get out of here, Austin. And you my light-skinned brother, man. Don't do that, man. Hey, next order of business. Cameron, we gonna go to you and go with the next order of business.
So I think one of the biggest topics you got agent players, you got some free agents, you got some guys that's not happy with some teams. So there's a couple of like lotteries going on. I don't think the biggest lottery this year is going to be the draft picks compared to the players that could actually move. So I say you have a Giannis lottery, you have a Ja Morant lottery, you know, like where do y'all see them at? Who do you say the strongest teams? Who do you say would be the best fit for these teams or these players, you know, team-wise? And any other players that you feel like top premier players that might be, you know, a team can be fortunate enough to get them this year. You know, even I think it's a Durant lottery. I don't think that in Houston worked, you know. So, you know,
Durant's old.
Oh, but if you put him in the right situation, you know, I think that he could add some value. I just don't think it was Houston. I didn't think it was Houston when he went down there and made that choice to start with. Houston had to give up for a team to even get him.
I think Durant is best in a role like he was in Golden State, where the team is already situated and he can just be the equalizer and just make sure that don't nothing go wrong. I just don't see him taking that leadership role on nobody's team. You know, now if Giannis is a tough one because Giannis can't play with everybody. right? Like he just can't, because of his style of play. But where I think Giannis would be great is in Phoenix, where Durant left from, because you got Jalen Green, you got Devin Booker, you kind of got a similar situation to what he had in Milwaukee when he had Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. You know what I'm saying? And they can do what they do, and they don't have to be great. And you got Dylan Brooks to play that little whatever role he plays. And I think that would be a great place for Giannis. I don't know if it would make sense money-wise. I don't know if they can afford it. But to me, that would be the best place for him to go.
It's Phoenix. Do
To
you
me.
think that that Phoenix team with Giannis can make a run? Because I think the biggest letdown for me in Phoenix is, now I know Jalen Green, that's an adjustment coming over from being the man to having to play the background per se. When you was at Houston, it was whatever you wanted to do. You come to Phoenix, you're coming into, it's not your team, it's Devin Booker's team to start with. But the problem that I have is, like, I don't feel like Devin Booker is the killer that we desire him to be. Hell of a player, not taking nothing from him, but mentality wise, it's like, bro, sometimes you gotta just take over. Like, you got the skill set, you got the game to do it, but my question is, do you have the mentality to say, all right, you know what, it's on my back right now, let's go?
Well, I don't even think they could keep both. I don't think the money would work. So I think you would almost, because Giannis have to be traded. Like, he's not a free agent, right? So
most of those guys I'm talking about, they have to be traded. Yes.
Yeah. So you would have to trade Booker for Giannis.
Well, no, let's wait a minute now. But Giannis is a free agent after this year.
No, he ain't.
Nah, he's a restricted free agent. I think it's like one more year on the contract, but he can test the market. And then, so you would say Giannis, Jalen Green, and Brooks.
Yeah, I like that. If you can put other pieces around them, I like that. You shouldn't have to pay neither one of them, Jalen or Brooks, top tier money. So you should be able to go out and get more guys. Because if you look at everybody, this and I want to talk about this too, because if you look at the playoffs this year, this is one of the weirdest playoffs you've ever seen, right? Just from all the injuries. Like, you got so many injuries. You got so many teams who didn't have their best players playing. You also have a ton of teams who were suspected to be going far that are already gone. Boston Celtics was, a lot of people picked them to win the championship or go to the finals. They're gone. The Nuggets, same thing, gone. Detroit would have been gone had Wagner not gotten hurt.
Cameron.
Yeah, Denver Cosby, baby.
Wait a minute. Did y'all hear Jalen Brown's comments on this is the best season of his career?
It is.
I mean,
individually.
Yeah, and then that's part of the problem is
it's crazy.
Individually.
You didn't even win. You got knocked out, man. Jay.
But Chris,
when I heard you say that thing and you mumbled underneath of your breath when Bronny came out there and you was like, man, that boy ain't it. Man, Jay, you got to watch what you say, bro, because it just sounds kind of.
But this is the thing you got to think about, though, right?
You didn't win a championship this year.
But listen, when we talk about
his favorite year.
When we talk about all these GOAT debates and all this stuff, right? Nobody talks about the team.
Right.
Okay, and you got knocked out in the first round. Now.
So
he was an MVP candidate. What other year had he been an MVP candidate?
To that,
no, Jalen, you're wrong, bro. You shouldn't have said that.
I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying, in his opinion, he's saying that for a reason.
No, but I agree
but
with
he
him.
didn't
This
say it
was
like
his
that.
best year. I mean,
He didn't say it like that. What he said was, this is my favorite season of NBA basketball that I've played. And that just raises a red flag to me. Because, like, how did your favorite season you didn't win no championship? What
No,
are
I
you
didn't like
talking
it because
about?
it was basically, to me, it felt like you were throwing a shot at Jason Tatum. Even if you wasn't, that's what it felt like.
Tatum was over there, calm, cool, collected, and was like, to me, because I got fan as a Boston fan. So like I said, even when they showed the clip, I say Tatum over there looking like, yeah, y'all say this his team, huh? Y'all don't even need me, huh? Like that's how
probably
he had
why he set out Game 7.
That's how he had to look on his face. You know what I'm saying? Like you sometimes you
Oh, you
gotta
don't need me? All right. Y'all got it.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
y'all
saying?
got it. Yeah, y'all got it.
Don't need me.
But I don't want to do that because I don't know if that's the case, right? So I don't want to try to
Well, it's not
put them
about
between each
you
other
don't know it.
if
You
that's
don't
not
know
what
it,
it
man.
really is.
But life teaches you a whole lot about situations, and for you to come out that way, it says a lot to me because how could this be your You're not going to. Okay, you didn't win the MVP,
And not going to.
so
I think
how this is the worst team you ever had, Jalen. The worst since he's got there. In whatever year that was, this is the worst team he's ever had. Why is this your favorite year? Is it because
let's look at it
Jason
like
Tatum
this.
was out? Is it because Jason Tatum was out the whole time?
Well, and yes, part of that is yes. And so, like, that's what I'm saying. I think I look at it like this, like, this might have been his best year, right? Especially on the year that he was like wrote off. Like when Tatum got hurt, everybody like Boston not doing nothing. So I think he came into the season with a chip on his shoulder, like, y'all must have forgot about me, right? And what I would say to that is if Jaylen Brown had a win and Embiid more, like I really think they could have beat Philly, but they beat themselves by just shooting all these astronomical threes and never took it to the paint. You go back on the defensive side, Embiid on the block, which is rare for him. He don't really want to get down on the block, but he know, okay, y'all playing small ball. You got Brown trying to stop me. I'm going on the block. I'm gonna eat him. Cool, Brown. What is your advantage to Embiid? You way faster than him. So the whole time I'm like watching the game, I'm like, yo, Embiid, just stay in the block. Okay, just like because you're trying to come out to the three and guards, that's not going to work. You don't have the footwork, you're not that quick. You're coming off of injuries, you're coming off of surgery. Like, just stay on the block, get the rebound, go shift it the other way. But if Jaylen Brown had said, give me the ball, taking it to the hole, and I'm getting the foul call going to the hole because, like, even when he had his little rant and he posting the pictures of like where referees were making the call or whatever, like, people got to understand, if you're outside of the 3-point line and I'm the ref, you're not forcing me to do anything about the incidental contact that you may receive. Once you get into the 3-point line and step into the paint, any contact, I'm blowing the whistle. So every time he was driving to the paint on Embiid, he ended up at the line, even if he got the incidental contact. But the moment, it felt like the moment Embiid pushed him in the back, all that going to the hole just stopped. And it was like nobody else on the team was doing it. So everybody is relying on this three that
the
didn't
problem
go.
with Boston is their roster.
Exactly. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I was about to get to was Jalen. What are you talking about, bro? How is this your favorite season? You ain't even get past the day. Man, what are you talking about? Just because people were saying that you're an MVP candidate. Okay, I know Jalen has been through a lot, right? Through his career, and people have been saying, whose team is it, and then why he didn't make the Olympic team, which was crazy to me, and y'all picked up
But he didn't
from
make the Olympic
from
team for the
from
same thing that you're sitting here questioning. Think
that.
about that. Like you can't go play the world trying to worry about just your statistics. You see what I'm saying? Because when the teams go play the world, one day it could be this guy's day that he's just blanking and going off. The next day it could be somebody like they putting the best players in the United States on the team pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going in there with the mindset that I'm finna go in there and kill, like even Anthony Edwards alluded to, like some days I just had to sit back and watch what these veterans above me were doing. This is how they're attacking. Okay, I got to go use that when I get back stateside. Oh, they in this position. This is how they're approaching the game. Noted. I'm using that when I get back stateside. If you're going in there like I'm finna go kill the world, that's not going to work. That just doesn't work with USA basketball.
All I'm saying is that what he did was by making that statement. He just put a whole bunch of confusion out there.
Jaylen Brown will never be a politician.
Well, no, because what you
No,
did
let's
was
just keep it a buck.
no, and I understand that, but I feel like you should have a publicist or somebody, man, before you start, because you're not Draymond. See, Draymond can get away with saying whatever he wants because he's going to say whatever he wants to the coach and to the front office. Whatever he says on his show, it's already been stated. Now, you, on the other hand, it's like you're not that, but then it's just the way you said it. I don't think that Draymond would ever say that this is his best season because they got knocked out in the first round too. It's the same equivalency.
No, they didn't even make the playoffs.
Okay, but I'm just saying, it's the same thing. If Draymond said, this is my favorite season, you would look at Draymond like, why? Because you ripped Kawhi Leonard in the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it, but you got to understand this though. Like I said, Jaylen Brown will never be a politician because that was just a poor answer. It was politically incorrect.
It wasn't
on
an
so
answer,
many
though.
levels.
That
On
was
so
a
many
state.
levels.
Like nobody asked it. They're like that, like that's the whole thing about athletes getting a platform. Like, yep, opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. You know what I'm saying? So if that's his opinion, while it was a great season for him, I would not promote the season because where do we go next year? Because like I said, Tatum sat out the last game and he looking like it's no way in the world y'all could be telling me y'all don't need me.
I mean, with that roster, they definitely need him. I mean, the roster is lacking.
with that roster, you know what, Tatum, my light-skinned brother, I don't blame you.
But can
Take
we
a
get
seat.
this out the way? Can we get this GOAT stuff out the way? Because I don't want to
Take a
talk about
seat.
this after this, right? I want to get this out the way. Can we talk about that and get that out the way? Because if we talking about teams and rosters, that's a big part of this whole GOAT thing, right? And can we just get it out the way? Because I don't want to be like everybody else and talking about that all the time. So I'll ask y'all where y'all stand on it, and then I'll give my take on it.
As far as the greatest of all time,
Yes.
you're never gonna find the greatest. Like it's a team sport, number one. Like it's not like tennis or golf where you can be like, yo, he was the greatest of all time, or boxing where you could say those are individual sports. Basketball is a team sport. So I think that different players bring different things to the table that can put them within question. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only way we could have silenced this, because to me right now, it was only really one super team that made the playoffs, which would have been LA Lakers, and players got hurt, right? So because that team was kind of put together through trade packages and things like that. So with that being said, the only way LeBron could have just shut everybody up was to take these bums and win a championship. Now, not to say that when Kobe won it with, Gasol and all them that they are bums. I'm not saying that. But at the time, I don't think that we clearly was like, yeah, at the beginning of the season, Kobe's going to win this championship. When you saw it, you was like, Dag, he did that with those caliber of players, right? I don't think that you can compare LeBron to Jordan to this all different games. So to me, again, basketball is a team sport. I don't think you're ever going to definitively find a GOAT. You're going to find the greatest of all times per era, of basketball. And I think that that's where people kind of got to settle at. I just trying to make one person the greatest of all time in a team sport, that's almost impossible.
Chris, where you at with
why
Talk your talk.
why do you consider Jordan the greatest of all time?
Talk your talk, man.
Man, let me tell you something. The most fiercest player that I ever seen. The most fiercest. And when I say fierce, I mean people should be shaking in their boots. You know what I'm saying? When they see that man, they shaking in their boots, man. And guess what? Nobody never had an answer for him. Nobody. There was no fucking equalizer for MJ. You feel me? Did he have a team on top of a team? At times he did, but at times,
I'm gonna let you finish. But
go ahead.
Just let me just say this part. Are we just talking about the 6 championship years or all of these?
No, we talking about what?
Okay, so when you say they didn't
Because
have
let me tell
nobody
you
had an
something.
answer, then what do you mean?
Hey, chat. We had a conversation about this earlier, and I said, in order to be the GOAT, you cannot be the GOAT without a championship. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my thoughts out there. People put Kobe before Jordan. Are you crazy? Because, okay, let's break it all the way down in the straight hoops. Kobe was not better than Penny Hardaway in Penny Hardaway's prime.
Strong take.
So it's just like Penny had no championships. Okay, yeah, championships do matter when it comes to being the GOAT, but not always, because AI is AI, bro. You know what I'm saying? Penny is Penny. Grant Hill is even Grant Hill, even though he didn't get over the hill because of injuries. But no, man, it's the player, man. The things that are how they can break down your whole how a defense can just collapse. Look, no player on earth has made a defense collapse to your Chicago Bulls. Number 23. You know what I'm saying? Cam, grab that Carolina hat. You see it over there. You don't see that.
I see a Panther hat.
Nah.
Oh, I see what you got.
Yeah. Put that up. Put that up.
I see what you got on.
From North Carolina. There will never. I'm gonna get real close so everybody can see my face. Are you crazy? I don't care if Michael Jordan played 5 years. I don't care.
So let me say this then. even to people that say Kobe is better than Jordan, right? And I just say the duplicator can never really be better than the originator,
Kobe's
right?
not better than Penny Hardaway.
But what people are saying, and this goes back to what I
He's
said.
not. Okay, wait a minute. I ain't gonna. But men can do this. It's just like men can interject each other, and it's okay, Cam. John, who? And then I'm gonna get back to you, Cameron. I want you to answer the same question. Who is a better basketball player? Who's the better basketball player? Penny Hardaway or Kobe Bryant?
I mean, Penny was my favorite player, so I'm gonna go Penny all day. But who had the better career? Kobe Bryant. Who was the better player? Penny Hardaway.
Player, I'm gonna go Kobe. Talent, I'm gonna go Penny. See, because it's just the difference in it's like what people are arguing about. Like Kobe picked up certain things from Jordan that Penny didn't have to even attempt to do in the game based off of his team. Like he's not trying to manipulate calls and get in players' heads, speaking different languages. I got Shaq back there, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when we come back on the other end, you're not getting inside. I just don't have to do that stuff. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, people that think that Kobe is better than Jordan didn't see Jordan play. They just saw Kobe play. People that think LeBron is the GOAT didn't watch Jordan have to go through the walls that he had to go through to win those championships. The success looks easy, but to me is what is the work that you're doing to get to that step? I don't give it to LeBron because when you just went and joined the team, that just kind of
now it's my turn.
that sidestep some work. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's my turn, bro. Now it's my turn, man. Listen, I don't have a problem with anybody saying Michael Jordan. I don't have a problem with anybody saying LeBron James. I don't have a problem with anybody saying Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The way I look at the GOAT debate, right, is if I'm an employer and I have an obligation of employing one person in this position as the GOAT, right? I got to look at all three resumes. It's harder for me to judge Kareem's resume because I didn't watch him play. I didn't grow up watching him play. So I can't really put him in there because I didn't watch him play, right? I watched Michael play. I was a big fan. I watched all the Chicago Bulls games on WGN coming up. I watched LeBron play. I watched all his games coming up. And
stop it. Kareem? No, wait a minute. Bill Russell and all them other old cats, I get it. Hey, one thing I could do.
I didn't say Bill Russell.
One thing I could do was finger roll. And I get it. And I respect all of those old cats. But it's one thing, it's a lot of things you couldn't do. And it's a lot of things people still
doesn't matter though, Chris.
And guess what?
That doesn't matter.
Guess what? Okay, listen to me. Ant Edwards, they say he don't want the face of the league. Who do they compare Ant Edwards to? Mike, because of his bounce, because of his spring, because of his tenacity
you didn't let me
for
finish.
The game. I know, but it's like, man, get out of here with them old boys.
But I just told you I was too young to watch him play, so I cannot say he's the GOAT, right? So to me, it's only up to two people. Now that resume is out the window. I'm only looking at two resumes, right?
Listen, I ain't never get to see Ed Booker Smith play, but
yes,
I did get to see him play, right? Your eyes are your eyes, right? We straight hoops. That means from beginning to end. So I don't care. I don't
I
care
let
if I
y'all
was too
speak and I
young.
didn't interrupt you guys.
I know, man. All right, I'm done.
Can I finish my point, please?
I'm done, man. But it's just
Okay.
like,
So all I'm gonna say is this, bro. When I'm looking at the two resumes that's left, right?
Uh-huh.
I would have to pick Michael Jordan.
Why?
And the reason I say that is because number one, he does not have a Dallas on his resume. That was one of the worst performances of any great player, regardless of being in a GOAT debate or not, right? That we've seen, period. It wasn't even the loss of the finals, right? It was the how you played. If you would have averaged 40 and lost, I wouldn't even hold it against you. 17.8, we
Okay,
would have
but
never saw that from Mike.
but what you saying that, John? And I'm not cutting you off. I'm just
No, go
co-signing.
ahead. Yeah.
That goes into what I'm saying. You gotta learn how to win. Like it just like because think about it. If any NBA player say, okay, you know what, we got a CBA that's a little friendlier for me to go join with some people and play, then people would have been, stacked
Okay.
up with
But
people
let me
that
get to that. Let me get to that.
yeah,
Because that's why I was getting to, right?
yeah.
And the other second part of it is, just a basketball thing. Is Michael Jordan just a better shooter from the mid-range? If LeBron James would have trusted his mid-range jump shot like Michael Jordan did, and would have been just as efficient at it as Michael Jordan was, we would be the GOAT debate would be way harder to have, right?
Mhm.
But those are the two things that I would give Mike that separate him when I'm looking at these two resumes. But when I hear people talk about, oh, he moved teams, I can't stand that argument. That argument, it bothers me so bad. Let me finish, Chris.
I'm
The re- the-
gonna ask you a question. I don't want to comment. I was
Go
gonna ask you a
ahead.
question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so people put Kobe before Jordan. Blasphemous. Okay, I'm gonna ask you something. Penny versus LeBron. Prime. Prime time. Your choice.
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking prime Penny versus prime LeBron,
But versus LeBron James.
I don't.
Penny never did more with less like LeBron did. And Kobe didn't either. And Jordan didn't either. Let's just be real about that. Okay. But that's getting into my point. Let me finish my point, right? Because y'all gonna make me forget. But I'm not gonna forget because I know it, right? But my point is I give it to Jordan because of LeBron's Dallas series and because Jordan was a better overall shooter and more confident in his shot, especially from the mid range. Which, if like for instance, right, the first let me talk about the problem I have with the reasons people discredit LeBron. Number one is he went to a different team or he went to join forces with these people, right? Okay, so Magic Johnson, right? He got drafted to the Lakers, who
That's a
already
great
had
pick.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and had already had all these good players, right? They had Pat Riley as a coach, and then they was able to draft James
Just
Worthy,
like
Sam
Draymond.
Perkins. Same thing that Austin Rivers was saying, right? Also, same thing. Look at Larry Bird. He got drafted number 2 to the Celtics. Number one, how did the best two teams in the league have the top 2 picks in the draft? that tell you that it was some BS going on already, right? But neither here nor there. let's even
We
talk
got
about more
we got to
recent.
look at
But let's
the
talk about more
records
recent.
before. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about more recently, right? Let's talk about more recent. Why did Kevin Garnett leave the Minnesota Timberwolves? Tell me why.
He needed help.
Why
And
did
And it
money.
was
Ray Allen? Why did Ray Allen leave Milwaukee? Tell me why.
Money and help is two.
Okay, okay, okay,
It's
okay.
two things because
But look at what I'm
it's
saying.
money and help because they
Look
was
at
the
what I'm
man where
saying,
they
though.
were.
Chris. Did Michael Jordan want Horace Grant in those boys?
No, but it's not up to him.
Okay, okay.
He's a
So
basketball player, and he's
okay, no,
proved
okay,
that as
okay,
a GM and picking players, he can make some really tweaky decisions.
okay. Which was evident by what happened in Washington and Charlotte, right?
Yes, he can make some really tweaky
So
decisions.
so if I'm at an organization that is not San Antonio, that is not Oklahoma City, that is not Chicago when Jordan was there, Chicago in their prime, right? That is not this new New York team, not the old New York team. If I'm at a hold on one second. Cam, you back? Chris, we can't see you.
all right. I'm back.
I
Yeah.
know.
If
But
I'm at an organization where they're not putting the pieces around me, right? If I'm going against Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Rondo, all on the same team, and I got Anderson Varejao and Ilgauskas.
okay, but
And,
like I said, it's a combination of what I just said. If you're not winning, you want to be a winner, and the money too. It is a big combination of both. That is
no,
why Larry
LeBron James gonna
Johnson.
be a max
That,
player wherever he goes.
but that's why Larry Johnson left. Like,
But LeBron James gonna be a max player wherever he go. He wanted to go somewhere where he could win. What other sport? What other business venture that you would go into and say you don't want to have the best team?
but I'm glad you
And
brought
even
that up.
basketball,
I'm
even
I'm I'm I'm
basketball. No,
I'm, I'm
let me
good.
finish. Let me finish.
But I want
Even
to.
basketball, right? The only time we criticize players for want to be on the best team is in the NBA. If John Calipari or Coach K or Rick Pitino or anybody go out here and recruit the best roster, or
Yeah,
Gino Auriemma or
yeah,
Don Staley or
yeah,
anybody
for
go out here and
sure.
recruit the best
Yeah, for
roster,
sure.
they get
Because
praised for that.
because man, because you're on another level now, bro.
Oh,
That
no,
that
Chris.
no,
No,
yes you are.
you're
Yes, you
wrong.
are on another level,
You're
man.
wrong. And I'm going to prove it
Now,
to you.
because look, you can be the best college player that ever played. You can be a Christian Laettner and come to the NBA and be a zero. This is a different league. And
Okay.
the way the politics are played and the way people see you are different than college. So no, I don't want to hear that.
Okay. So how many games did Michael Jordan step onto the floor and they had the two best players on the best two players on the floor?
A lot.
Man, they probably had the
A
best
lot.
the whole probably the best four.
What are
And
we
I hope.
talking about? So what are
Hey,
we talking
But
about?
I'm just saying,
but John,
think about his first years. He was still unstoppable. He
Okay, but
was
that's
still
not what we're
man,
talking about. That's not
John,
what
well,
we're talking about.
let me say this because I don't judge LeBron for joining Miami Heat. He
You
had
brought
every
it
right
up.
to do that. No, no, let me finish what I'm saying. He had every right to join. He was a free agent. You could join any team that you want to. I just think that it's not that he joined the Heat with a super team. My problem with that was you didn't know how to win. So that's my problem with LeBron. Like, you didn't know how to win. And even when you won the championship, right? It Even though you were a dominant player, you still couldn't have did it without Wade. But my problem is LeBron takes the credit like, yo, I did this myself. And it's like, okay, but this ain't a
And they don't do the
myself.
same thing for Mike.
Nah, I would say that.
Yes, they do.
No, but here's the difference, though, John. Here's the
No,
difference,
it's
and I'm
no
not
different.
saying I'm not saying that people don't do it. The difference with Mike is he did it where he started at. So if LeBron
Why
had
does that
did it with
matter? Why does that matter?
because listen, you can jump up. Going back to the Jaylen Brown thing, that's where you started at, so you could take that credit. But when you team up with players, right, and then you not successful the first time when this gets tested, then when it is tested, don't jump to the mic first to be like, it's all me. It ain't all you. You had a squad to get you there.
I don't think he said that.
No, exactly what Jordan said, and I watched it about
It
a week
is.
ago. He
I
said
mean, his interviews
his
were
exact
kind of like that,
his
though, John.
exact words were, "I could have never won my championships without Scottie Pippen." Plain
And
and
Phil,
simple.
which is why Mike retired his last year, because Phil, they was gonna get rid of Phil. And Mike said, I'm not playing without Phil.
Right.
Tell me the Phil that LeBron had.
So, John, did you answer my
Well,
question, bro?
Pat Riley had to come down and get him his first chip.
No,
He
Pat Riley
came
didn't coach LeBron.
his first the second year in Miami.
No,
Yeah,
he did not. He did not coach LeBron. That was D Wade's first chip when Pat Riley did that. Pat Riley did not coach LeBron.
he is supposed to the whole time.
That was Mike Brown.
No, Mike Brown was in the first finals appearance.
And then who was it? Spoelstra?
Spoelstra was there with his first chip. But my point is, right, that it does not matter how the team is built, right? All of these teams who have won championships, 95% of them are super teams.
And I'm gonna say this, man. I do put LeBron. I mean, it's just.
But let me finish my point, man, because I feel like this need to be said, man. Because I watch ESPN, I watch First Things First, I watch all these people, right? And nobody ever says what needs to be said, right? First of all, Cam, I love what you said. Basketball is a team sport, and that's the point I'm making. Who puts the team together and how the team is built does not matter. If you're going to win a championship, you got to have the best team. Not the best player. Michael Jordan was the best player in the NBA way before he won a championship. Kobe Bryant was the best player in the NBA when he wasn't winning championships. Same thing with Shaq, same thing with LeBron, same thing with all these great players. They were the best players when they weren't winning championships. They just wasn't on the best team. So the whole ring argument, I can't really respect it. The second thing that people like to say is the scoring titles. Michael had 10, LeBron only has 1. That's a stupid argument to me.
Yeah, that's a dumb argument.
Yeah, that scoring title.
People bring that up all the time.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at raw talent in the NBA, and I'm telling you that if Penny was healthy, Jordan. That's the only person Jordan wore his shoes. For real, man. Jordan was giving the crown to Penny, not to Kobe. He was passing the torch, just like Magic and Bird did to him. He was passing that torch to Penny. He still ain't passed it to LeBron or nobody else. It was Penny. That's the only.
But that don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
it
I can't
does.
take away from LeBron. Like LeBron been the greatest player over the past 15 years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like if you look at the GOAT status that way, then since he came in the league, you basically gotta go through him, win, lose, or draw. But I just think that it's subjective to the era of basketball that you're watching.
And let me get to
I,
my
I think I
last
think
point.
in the top 75 or the whatever it was, top 50, top 100, Jordan, when he dapped LeBron up, I think it was his finally like, bro, it's yours. You earned it, and LeBron did. And I think it is, man. It is a passing of a torch, man. That's the thing. That this is more than just basketball, bro. This is, you know what I'm saying?
But that's a different debate. I'm just talking basketball, right?
Yeah, but I'm
Let
just
me get
saying
to my
that.
last point, right? Because there are three things that I cannot stand. I don't mind you saying Mike's to go. I think Mike's to go, right? It's just the three things I don't like to hear, right? And I've already addressed two of them. One of them is he had to join forces with other people. Everybody had a good team, right? Michael Jordan had the best team every time he stepped into the finals, right? Number two is
Yeah, I
the
don't care
scoring
about that.
titles. That right there, I don't like to hear that because if LeBron averaged way more assists and way more rebounds, basketball is more than just putting the ball in the basket. So if you want to talk about how many points each player accounted for each game, LeBron actually comes out on top for that, right? But then my third thing is the finals record. Everybody want to go, oh, he's 6 on the finals, and LeBron's 4-6. Okay, well, let's talk about the finals, right? The first one he went to against San Antonio, he wasn't even supposed to be there. He
Hell
carried it.
no, because Booby Gibson got him there. Like, because I was a Pistons fan. That nigga went hot. Nobody knew who he was or what. He was not
But
on the
Booby
scouting
didn't get
report.
them there though. LeBron
No,
got them.
I mean he didn't. I'm just saying he
But
he
the whole
he shot
team
an
got
ass
there.
load of
But
threes.
that
Yeah.
team shouldn't have not even been in the finals,
No.
right? But so we're going to count that against him as it's almost like saying you would have been better off getting knocked out in the first round.
I don't count that against him, John, because he came straight out of high school. So where did you learn to win it? You see what I'm saying? Like,
But my
and
point is
then,
this though, Cam. People are saying the first thing they want to say, oh, he's 4-6 in the finals. But we're not
nah.
looking at what happened in each and every finals, right? The first one, he was not even supposed to be there.
He had nothing.
Nah, and like I said, it didn't even
Nothing.
I don't use that
At that
because
stage in Jordan's career, he was
That's
getting knocked out in the first
but that's
round.
why it's like, okay, after Jordan, it is very still hard for me to put anybody before LeBron now. I know the penny was Magic 2.0, bro. And if and Grant Hill was on a hell of an incline to be something just totally different. But LeBron, I mean, I would say he trumps everybody when it comes to his movement through the playoffs without absolutely nothing.
Only
I
person
don't
that
use
ever
I
did
don't
something
use
like that was Allen Iverson.
I don't use his finals record, John, because the fact that what my boy May say, Titletown had to go through LeBron regardless. Like it was either he wins it or he loses it. So like if you there every year like that, like I don't. I
But so
mean,
many
how
people
Jerry
do
West
though.
became the logo. He didn't win it. He just kept losing it. You know what I'm
But
saying?
so
Like
many people do though, and my thing from this platform that we have is just addressing that is an irrelevant piece of the argument. The part of the finals that you can mention that's relevant to the argument is the Dallas finals because of how he played in that finals. The rest of them you can't because the one with Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt in game one. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to beat Steph, Clay, Draymond, and all these boys with Matthew Dellavedova. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to beat the Kevin Durant Warriors, who nobody would have beaten if they wouldn't have gotten hurt. You know, like let's just stop this, man.
Yeah, but okay,
And
let me
let's
ask both
not
of
even
y'all a
talk about
question.
D Wade
Can,
and Chris Bosh was jacked up in the last part of that run with Miami. They was
so
both
can
jacked.
I ask both of y'all a question? People were saying if they beat um OKC, he's the GOAT.
That's not even man, that's not even possible.
But I'm just saying, Cameron,
Hey,
Cameron,
hey,
Cameron,
hey,
Cameron,
listen, I'm the
Cameron.
first. Hey, if this nigga win this championship, nigga, it ain't even no question.
But
And the
everybody
only
know that's
reason
not
I can
going to
say that,
happen.
no, I
Everybody know that's
didn't.
not going to
But
happen.
John, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's no way in hell with the situation that he's sitting in right now that he's supposed to win a championship. So if he wins the championship, everybody can just shut the hell up. Cause yo, you ain't supposed to win the championship. Like,
But
you no
to
way in
me, that
hell.
still
Listen,
doesn't mean he's the GOAT, right?
No,
It does
but
not mean
it would
is
mean a
if
lot though to
if you
me.
can pull off the
It would
impossible,
mean
then
so
we don't
much
have
to
to have this
me.
argument.
okay, but
It
okay.
would it I mean it is unlike any situation Jordan or Magic, Bird, or anybody has faced. Nobody has had a team like him. And but
Nobody
he's
has
done it.
ever
But
played
the
at
thing
this
about it
age.
though, huh?
Right. So John, that goes think about it. Your superstar teammates are hurt, right? You're going
Yeah,
against a very well-oiled machine superstar team, right? So first of all, you got to get through them. And then whoever you play on the other side, like, yo, listen, if LeBron at 40, 41,
yeah.
at 41, with no help, wins the championship, we can just throw this debate out the
Yeah, but that's
window.
not going to happen.
I
That's
know it ain't gonna happen, but I'm
if
just
it
saying
was
if
a
it
fifth, we'd
did,
all be drunk.
yeah, if it did, we could just throw this debate out the window. The fact that I do appreciate the fact that he's not the first 40-year-old player that's still competing, but just to be able to go out on his own shield the way that he wants to, I respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Only thing I wanted to address was the things that people say that I don't like. You know, I don't have a problem with nobody saying Mike's the GOAT. I don't have a problem with nobody saying LeBron. I don't have no problem with nobody even saying Kareem, right? Because it's some old niggas still living that's gonna say that, right? So I don't have a problem with what you say. I just don't like how they say it, right? Like, the only two things you can hold against LeBron in his career is Dallas and his jump shooting in certain parts of his game. Other than that, there's nothing else you can say about
But I don't even really think that you can hold that against him. Like if you
Yeah,
had,
man,
all right,
come on.
let's put it to like this, right? Let's
Oh,
put it like
Dallas
this.
was bad.
But let's put it like this though. If you had a son, right,
No,
that was
John,
coming up,
Dallas was good.
if you had a son coming up
Dallas
in
wasn't
the,
bad. Dallas was good.
if
Mm-mm.
you had a
Because you
son
that
come,
you can't hold Dallas against LeBron. D- LeBron may have played a bad game, a bad
Series.
series, but Dallas was flawless.
No,
Man, Dirk is one of the best players that ever played his game.
that's very true. That's very true.
And the team that he
But
had
that doesn't
around
have
him,
anything to do with how
the,
you play.
yeah, but the team that he had around him was better than LeBron.
No, it wasn't.
Let's keep it a band.
No, it was
Yes.
even.
Uh,
Chris, people forget Miami was up 2-1. If LeBron would have been LeBron, the LeBron we know, they would have beat them. LeBron played like shit. Let's just be honest.
yeah, but I don't even say that. I don't
who
say
was
that he
guarding
played.
LeBron?
I don't say that he
JJ
played like.
Barea, Sean
But
No,
but
JJ.
but
Aaron,
but but John, I don't say that
Jason
J,
LeBron.
Terry.
This go back into what I'm
Stop,
saying. I don't say that
stop.
LeBron played like shit. The thing is,
He did.
Okay, but like Magic Johnson might be. It's
He'll
not
tell me
many
that.
people. It's not many people that are superstars step into the game and win instantly, right? So like Magic Johnson is
That
like,
wasn't instantly. That was like his 7th year in the league.
oh, Magic.
Talking about LeBron.
No, but this is what I'm saying, though, John. This is what I'm saying. Magic went to college. He knew what that level of competition on the tail end of it was, right? LeBron came straight out of high school. So my only thing with LeBron when he got into the league and was going to the finals and stuff like that, sometimes you got to take those bumps. And he was taking his bumps later in the playoffs because they were advancing. But sometimes you got to take them bumps to say, okay, all right, it's not that I really suck. What did the team do to make me alter my
It
game to make it look
wasn't.
like I
It
suck?
wasn't. It wasn't that LeBron wasn't a good player, right? It was how he played.
Right? But you gotta know that, okay, that's what they did. This is I have to be aware of this to take my game up another level.
No. You had beat the big four in the Boston Celtics. You had beat Ray Allen, KG, Paul Pierce, and Rondo to get there.
Yeah, but them
You
niggas is
knew
on
what
the
to
end
do
of
to
their
win.
career.
You just didn't play well.
Them
You
niggas
know,
is on the end of their career though, bro.
but that you just didn't play well.
Right? But again, what I'm saying is, you don't think he learned from that loss?
He did because the team
Right.
that they beat the next year was better than Dallas.
Okay, so that's what I'm
When you
saying.
talk about
Sometimes you gotta
when you
go
talk
through that
about
adversity.
when you and this is the thing that they don't talk about with Mike, right? When you talk about Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, James Harden, Kendrick Perkins, all these guys that they beat his first championship.
Mm-hmm.
What roster did Michael Jordan beat like that? What roster did Michael Jordan beat like the 73 and 9 Warriors? What
I think the
roster?
closest might have been when they beat Utah. Not saying that they had the superstar. I'm just saying Utah was performing like that year.
Okay. But two Hall of Famers.
Right.
These other teams we talking about 4 Hall of Fame. The San Antonio Spurs with Kawhi and Tim Duncan and Ginobili and Parker and all these guys, Danny Green, and the competition was not the same. Let's just say that. So when we talk about go jumping teams and going, you had to. How was you going to beat them with the team you was on? You wasn't going to beat those rosters with the team you was on. There was no way that was going to happen.
I'm not taking nothing away from him jumping teams.
But a lot
It's
of
just
people
like,
do though, Cam, and that's what I'm addressing. I'm not addressing
I
you.
just
I'm
say his comments.
addressing those people that do.
Right, and all I'm saying that
What?
is his comments when they put a mic in front of LeBron's, like even like the bubble, right? That's where you can see the rift between him and Anthony Davis. Like you won a championship in the bubble, and that what was your comment? I had to show people I could do it. They need to put some damn respect on my name. You ain't say nothing about your teammates. You just said you, and that's my
I
problem.
believe he said something about his teammates.
No, not in the bubble.
Because
No,
I
he
remember
didn't.
him talking about Rondo. I remember him talking about Dwight Howard. I remember him talking about all of those guys that was on that team.
Well, go back and watch the interview. Right when he won and they put that mic in his face, he might have said something else to somebody else, but that immediate response was for people to put some damn respect on his name.
But the
And
only
it
reason he
looked,
was saying that
that's
is
when
because of
Davis
how
looked
they
at him
treat
like,
him. The only reason he said that's because of how they treat him, though. You know,
okay, but John, go
they
back.
give every other superstar credit for winning, but when he does it, they always discredit him. That's so I can understand why he stand up for himself.
Let me go back to what I was saying, right? Like say
The
for
only
example,
reason why they going to discredit you is because you going to sit up here and say, I'm the king, I'm the GOAT. And Magic has never said that. Bird has never said that. Jordan has never said that. Nobody has never said they the GOAT. So once you say you the GOAT, no excuses, man.
and so what I'm saying, like if you had a son, right, that say your son is like 6'4", 6'5", right? You know, in the last, I don't want to use LeBron since he came to the Lakers, but the team, Cleveland, Miami, when he was like really, really in his prime, right? If your son is watching basketball, who do you think he's gravitating towards?
When?
Like when LeBron was winning with Cleveland, when LeBron was winning with Miami.
Probably Steph Curry.
Yeah, but if he can't shoot that three ball like that,
But that's what they
right?
all try to do. That's what they all
I
try
know,
to
I
do.
know what that's what they all try to do. But what I'm saying is, if he can't,
There's a
because that's
poll
why.
that's saying that
But that was
in
that
this
was why I
era, Paul
prefaced
George is
it.
everybody's favorite player.
Because you got to think
But
about
that's
it,
why I
Cameron.
prefaced it saying he
You got
about
to
like
you
6'5", 6'7". You know what I'm
you got
saying?
to
Like,
think about it, Cameron. LeBron is a different beast, and this is what I don't like about
Everybody
what
can't
people.
be that.
This is what I don't like about what people say about LeBron when they say he couldn't play in our era. Are you serious? He's bigger than Karl Malone. He's stronger than Karl. Man, LeBron, I was watching him the other night and he was pushing people around. That's not no little man.
yeah, but to
That's not a
to
little man. LeBron can play in any era. Any
I feel
era.
like any great player can play in any era.
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
but
LeBron
he
would dominate in the 90s, in the 80s, he would be just like probably God.
I don't think he could have dominated, and here's why.
Yes,
You
he
had to
could.
have some
Oh,
hands in the 90s.
what?
Yeah, you had to have some hands. Like niggas cause people had us, like
Bro,
you ain't,
they gonna
like
play
you hear the stories
Cameron,
now where people be like, you not doing that to
Cameron,
me. You know what I'm saying?
Cam, Cam, Cam,
What fight
Cam.
you
You
seen
bump
LeBron
you
win?
you listen, people bump into
What fight you
LeBron
seen him win?
and they get into little things with LeBron, but they always back up
So we're gonna say
because
Clyde
they know
Drexler
his
can play in the
strength.
'90s, but LeBron couldn't. I mean, we just can't do that.
No, bro, LeBron
I'm
can
not
play.
saying he could. I'm not saying he
Man,
couldn't
LeBron was
play in the
strong as an
90s.
ox, man. I think if LeBron played in the 90s, he would be more held than he is now.
Yeah,
That's what
he
I
played in
believe.
an era
I
that's
believe
tough, man. This
LeBron played
era
in
is
the
tough.
90s where he could bump
Yeah,
and he could get active. Man, you ain't gonna break LeBron. He
no,
gonna break you.
yeah.
As
I don't
big as that
take that away from
motherfucker is,
LeBron's game.
Kenya
I just
Martin would have
hey,
had to
I
do.
just say in the
Kenya Martin
90s,
would have had to do what he did to Karl Malone.
in
And
the 90s, you got to be able to fight. And there ain't nothing about LeBron to show me he can fight.
bro, that boy from Cleveland, bro. Don't get it
And just
twisted. LeBron will whoop your
listen,
ass.
being the
LeBron,
biggest dude in the
no,
room don't mean that you
nah,
automatically win.
nah, nah. LeBron come from a real background, and
LeBron
LeBron will
wouldn't have
whoop.
had to fight in the '90s because everybody would have had his back, man.
And no, they would have had his respect
Yeah, but everybody would have had his back too. You
and
know,
respect,
your
man. LeBron
teammates in
whoop
the
your
'90s,
ass,
they had
bro.
your back. You playing with niggas
Come
like
on,
Dale Davis.
man. Hey, look at him. Ain't
Yeah, but they
nobody
was
in the
fighting in
90s even
practice too. You know what
Cam,
I'm saying? You
Cam,
gonna have to have
Cam,
some hands,
Cam.
bro. You gotta have some
No,
hands.
okay,
LeBron would have been crazy in the '90s, man.
man, please.
It wouldn't even make
Ain't
no.
nobody.
I just think that I don't take anything away from his game. I think that his game would have been slightly different in the 90s. I think
It
that
would have
if
been better in the
LeBron,
'90s
it would have, which I
because
think
it
going
wasn't
into what I'm
as
saying,
much about shooting.
but if LeBron played in the 90s, right, he would have utilized the pick and roll way better than he does. He would
Oh
have
yeah,
learned how to play off the ball and on the ball earlier than he has in his career now. That's what I say if he played in the
but he can
90s.
do
Not
all of
that.
that. He's proven that this year. He can do all of that.
No, listen to what I said. Earlier in his career
But he can do
versus
that
what
now.
he did. I I'm not taking it away
He can
from him. I said
but he could do that then
if he
too. He could do that then too. The only reason he didn't because he didn't have nobody to do it with.
no, but that's what I'm but here's what I'm saying, John.
But
Here's what
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
saying that
In the
when
90s,
LeBron
right?
played,
In the
he wasn't
90s,
so far.
there was no double team, right? So if you truly can't get open, there's things to do to get you open. I think that LeBron early on was in a situation where it's like when he first went to Cleveland, I've watched the games where LeBron tried not to touch the ball, but nobody was going to shoot the ball. So at this point, what you want me to do? You not bringing it up the floor. You not shooting on the other end. I have no choice but to put the ball in my hand. And I just think that by not going, sometimes going to college can teach you a couple of things. But it's like I'm fresh out of high school. My solution to fixing this is just give me the ball, right? That's my solution to that. Cause you not shooting, you not taking the ball out. The coach not telling you to do it. So my solution is just give me the ball and let me work. Made him a better
So
passer. So he picked that up way early. Okay, if I put the ball
the
in my hand and I set y'all up, now y'all can shoot for me. Now y'all can get open when they are double teaming me or I'm cut off. And all I'm saying is in the 90s, the things that he's had to learn later on in his career, he would have developed that early on in his career.
well, okay. Let me ask you something, Cameron. By you saying that, I feel like this. Out of all the players drafted from high school to the NBA, the transition that LeBron had was magical. No, I kind of, I kind of agree, but I kind of disagree because of the transformation this man had as a young boy, and even his own teammates was, apprehensive about the whole idea of him coming in. LeBron made himself the man. Okay. His first year, he showed his you know what. And I would say after him is KG, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I mean,
High
I
schoolers,
don't know.
high
I
schoolers,
don't.
yeah,
But
yeah. Them
there's
the
only
best two
really
high
like
schoolers.
there's only about two or three that really.
Now, Kobe probably is right after LeBron, but
Yes,
but
yes, it's two or
KG,
three that,
but
but
the
he didn't
first
make the
year
trade.
though, the first
No,
year,
but no. Kobe did not make the transition like
no, I said the first year.
LeBron.
I'm saying what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
The
yeah. Yeah,
first
no,
year,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't make the transition like Kobe. I mean, like LeBron and
And KG,
KG.
that's what I said. Their first year,
They first year,
yeah.
man, they
That's
was
what I'm saying. Yeah,
like monsters,
yeah. Their
you
first year.
And
know.
Yeah.
So
I say LeBron had it a little bit harder coming out of high school, right? Because if you go like even go like way back, like was the Moses Malone, I think, came straight out of high school.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right, the game of basketball hadn't been around that long. You see what I'm saying? Like you take it like LeBron is kind of one of the last people to come out in high school. Like you know how much basketball has been around, how many and like and that go into the GOAT
And he
debate,
had the most height.
especially right, especially when people go like in the far eras. You like, well, yeah, but technique done changed, rules
Was
done
KG
changed.
was KG a number one pick?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I
Was he?
believe
look
so.
it look it up right
I,
quick.
I,
Look it up. Fact check it right quick.
Yeah, I'm about to. I'm about to.
But I think he was. I really do
Gemini,
think
where
he
was Kevin
was, but
Durant drafted?
but like I said, the players that really made the transition was LeBron, and LeBron, his teammates. I don't know what they was on, but they just wasn't ready for him. And KG, KG was just such a monster, man. He was just so tenacious. He made the transition. He really did.
No,
Kobe,
KG was fifth overall.
who was number one in that year?
This was 1995. Wow.
Give me,
Um,
get chat. Get a chat.
who was the number one pick in the 1995 NBA draft?
Get a chat.
Who was the number one pick in the 1995 NBA draft? Joe Smith. Wow.
Yeah, but Joe was
Joe
a
was a hell of
fool
a Joe
though.
was a hell of a player though.
Joe
You
was
know what
Joe
I'm
was a
Joe
beast. He
saying?
was
went
a
to Maryland.
fool.
Joe was a
Joe was
beast.
a
Yeah.
hell of a player
Joe
though.
was a fool. Yeah, we all agree on that. So yeah, okay. Well,
Still though, I will say, you know what I'm saying? It's as the game progressed later on, coming out of high school got harder and harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
Most definitely.
How
even
many
if you look
failures
at
we've seen?
yeah, even if you look at like the freshmen
I
in
say it's
college,
about 6 tops.
even if
I hate the one and done stuff. I hate it.
But I'm just
so even
saying,
if you look
come
at the
straight,
freshmen that came to
cause
college right now, right? You look at the freshmen and you like, ain't in the last 3-4 years, I haven't seen a freshman where it's like, yo, you could have went straight pro. You know what I'm saying? You could have,
Zion, Ja,
I mean, and made a direct impact. Zion, yeah, but it's not a whole. I said 3 or 4, so he been
yeah,
there for a little while. But you know what I'm saying? It's not a whole lot
it's
of
some
them that
kids though.
and make a
But I think
direct
kids need to.
impact.
I think kids need to go to college and stay in college, and we can kind of pick this up the next week. Because it's about 10 o'clock.
was it anything? So did everybody get their points out for this week?
I think.
John, did you? Oh, you brought out the gold debate, which is our first debate. We go ahead and get that out.
Yeah, I don't want to keep talking about that. I wanted to get that out the way. And the only thing I
Because
really wanted to say was what I don't like about what people say. Whoever you pick, I don't care. I just don't like when people bring up those little, oh, he's 4-6 in the finals. Oh, I don't like that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna still stick with my gun. Yeah, I don't think you can ever have a GOAT in a team sport. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a team sport. It take more than just one player to win a championship. I
but I'm gonna
cannot
tell you
name a
something, Cam.
championship
I feel like
where
you
Cam,
one
can
player
have a
won.
GOAT, but you can't use championships as the
no, you
barometer
really
for the
can't.
GOAT.
You can't. You
Yeah.
can, but you can't. And I feel like this too. And I said this. You cannot be a GOAT if you do not win a championship. It makes no sense. So the amount of championships, which there are people that have more championships than LeBron and Jordan, okay, right? But it's just about like, would you be able to eat in this day and age? And then the age before it, and then the age before that, and then the age after this age. That's what it really matters. And some players, even though you have more rings, bro, you couldn't, man, with that game. Come on, bro. Man, please.
I don't think rings count. It's a lot. Like Adam Morrison got a ring. He ain't in nobody's greatest or nothing.
Rings do not matter to me.
No,
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna say this and then
it
I'm done for
count.
the night. But I'm gonna say this and I'm done for the night, right? When we give all the credit to one guy, we're diminishing the value of a team. And everybody who contributed to that championship matters. Look at all the ones that the Lakers won where Robert Ory had to make some crazy shot to bail them out, or Derek Fisher or Rick
For
Fox or somebody,
sure.
you know. Look at the
For
ones when
sure.
Paxson and Kerr had to, if they don't make them shots, then what? What kind of conversation are we having then? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So the team contributions matter. And if
it does.
Jordan in 92 in game 6 against Portland, they're getting smoked. They're down 14 going into the fourth quarter. Jordan's on the bench. The bench players bring them back. Jordan wasn't in the game. So my point is everybody's contribution matters. And if you're going to diminish what the team brings, then why are we even talking about it? It's a team sport. Like Cam said, you cannot give credit for championships to one individual person. That is not realistic. That's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Right? And that's all I'm done for tonight. But I do want to talk about this one and done stuff when we come back next week.
We're gonna be back next week, y'all. And give me y'all. We didn't even touch on the playoffs, y'all.
Shout out to my Pistons because they just went up 2-0.
So wait a minute. Let's close it out. Let's close it out. And we gonna close it out by this. One question. This year's chip winner. John rubs. I can't. Okay, let me move my thing. I can't even see Cam's face. Okay, John rubs. He's rubbing his eyes. Cameron.
I'm living and dying with my Pistons. I mean, that's where my heart is. The logic, I think it's a toss between San Antonio and OKC.
You just said 3 teams.
I did. I said one was my heart. One was my heart. The logic, I really can't even call it till I see this OKC San Antonio.
But you going
matchup.
Pistons. You going Pistons.
Yeah, I'm going Pistons though. Yeah, I'm going with my
To
team.
win the whole thing.
To win the whole thing, baby.
Chris, you sticking with San Antonio?
No, John. Your turn, man.
Man,
Cam said, Cameron. I ain't gonna say your last name because the chat don't know your last name. I want to be looking up trying to find
they
you.
do know it because it's all on here.
We gonna blur. Hey, listen. Hey. We gonna blur that out. But Cameron. Okay, before John. Okay, we gonna close this out, man, for real. But Cameron, are you serious, bro?
I'm still going Pistons, baby.
He going fan.
No.
He going fan.
You go. That's your team. That's your team.
Yeah.
But are you serious though?
As far as who come out the West?
No. The chip.
Yes, I'm still going Pistons. Yes.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, man.
I asked the question. It was supposed to be on you, John, but I'm gonna tell you something. If Jason Tatum was healthy,
they already out, bro. Why you even saying that? They go. This thing you gonna pick, bro.
So they ain't even part of the equation.
They ain't even part of their conversation no more. They toast. They complaining about the officials flopping and getting fined and stuff. They done.
They going fishing.
Okay, so John already gave my pick. That's why. I mean, because listen, man,
he's going San Antonio.
Yeah, I'm going San Antonio, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all gonna look at my face, boy. And I'm gonna tell all of y'all, I don't care what John says, and I don't care what Cameron says. I don't care what nobody says. San Antonio, man, put your money right there, and you might be all right.
Man say he got something to say about that.
No, he don't.
And man,
no, he don't. I wish he did, but he don't.
Has no plan for San Antonio.
I wish Anthony Edwards would step up, but he's hurt.
Yeah, man.
He can't even play the whole game. Like he
is, and that's why I feel like they kind of won against Denver is because they are so banged up. Bang bang chicken. What's that? What's that restaurant over there? Bang bang burgers over there in South Park. They got them. They be having that snow coming in looking good and stuff. The boy, they be having the best snow come in. Cause what is it over there on South Park? Cause you be like,
bring that bottle of liquor in this room, man. For real.
That but bang no, bang.
I'm gonna have to go OKC, man. And I don't want to. I wish I could go Minnesota, but Minnesota just they not healthy. San Antonio, I like them, but just feel like they're too young. Just feel like they're like 1 or 2 years away. And OKC's not even healthy. And they got an easy road. They had Phoenix. They're gonna sweep the Lakers. They're gonna be sitting there
John,
resting, waiting on San Antonio. It's just
Tyrese, Urkel, Halliburton, almost. If that boy hadn't have got hurt, he would have beat OKC.
okay, but they tested now.
Let me tell you something. There's no way in the world Wemby could have 2 broke arms. He would be blocking shots with his forehead. There's no way he's going to get beat by Chet. The only way OKC is going to win is if OKC gets knocked out right now.
What?
That's the only way. Because if OKC have
only way OKC gonna win if they get knocked out right now.
The Spurs. You know what the fuck I meant. I'm trying not to cuss, man.
Yeah, I'm free.
But see, dudes,
bro, let me get a shot.
Man. Dudes want to try me. Listen, you know what I was trying to say, chat? Is it obvious?
But see, I think San Antonio could pull it out if they don't try to force play it through Wemby. They got a team.
Yeah,
but
I
when
agree
they
with
force
that.
play it through Wemby, then it just changes with their team.
The key to the whole playoffs is De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
If De'Aaron Fox plays the way everybody knows he can play, they're going to win the championship.
Yes.
But if he comes up small, then they're going to lose.
They're going to lose, man.
He's the key.
As a Pistons fan, San Antonio scared me more than OKC do.
For sure. San Antonio's the best team in the league.
By far.
Talent-wise.
But it's only because of their bench.
Yeah, they're deep. But all the teams that have a chance to win it are deep.
No, that's not
true.
We
ain't deep.
That's why y'all don't have a chance.
No,
that's why y'all don't have a chance.
There's only 2 teams that's deep, John.
It looks like we got Cleveland numbers.
Who?
4.
And New York and Philly are banged up.
Who?
OKC, San Antonio, Minnesota, and New York.
No.
Yes.
Bench?
Yes.
Man, please.
Yes. New York's deep. New York's deep.
No, yes. They're not.
Yes, they are.
They deep. New York deep. They're just not consistent.
They deep.
They're not deep.
Not consistent.
They are deep, bro. They go 8 deep.
They're not deep, bro.
Yes, they are, man. And Minnesota's damn sure deep.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are, bro. They wouldn't even be here if they weren't.
Who did they play in the first round?
They had 2 starters that were out in the first round for like 3 games, and they still here. That
who
means
did they
you
play
are
in
deep.
the first round?
Anthony Edwards and DiVincenzo did not play.
No, who did they play against in the first round?
Denver.
Hey, that's how I lost money. Yeah, because I'm sitting there like, ain't no way in the world Minnesota finna win without that money.
Minnesota deep, bro.
Chicken, Southside.
Minnesota deep, bro. Stop.
With all the snows. With all the snows. With the leggings.
Minnesota's deep, bro. It's only 4 deep teams. Those are the teams.
Is Denver deep?
No.
Okay.
But Minnesota is.
Chicken, man.
But Minnesota is, which is why they still playing.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. That's why they beat your team in game 1.
What?
With their best player only playing 25 minutes.
They beat whose team?
Because they're deep.
They beat whose team?
Your team.
Who's my team?
San Antonio. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But again, to that loss for San Antonio, you trying to play through Wemby. Don't do that. Just play your game. Let Wemby come do his thing.
It's all about Fox.
It's not all about Fox, but it is.
It is. Because everybody else going to do what they do.
Castle, let me tell you something. They got this far by Wemby not even playing most of the season.
Right.
They're number 2.
My point.
So they need Wemby. I'm not gonna say they don't need Wemby, but I'm just saying that there is a flow between these guys that if Shea goes down, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
If Bronson goes down, whew,
It's a wrap.
it's done. If Wemby goes down, it ain't necessarily a wrap.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes. If all those other guys are healthy and
No,
Wemby
it's
goes
not.
down, it's a wrap.
What's the record between San Antonio and OKC during the regular season, and then two
Regular
games?
season don't mean nothing. Regular
But I
season
think
means
OKC had the record this year, though. I believe. If I
No.
mean, I'm just. I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
was
for
number
sure,
one, but I'm
believe
talking
they-
about between each other, Cam. I'm
regular
That's
talking
why I
about
still
between
think
each other.
OKC had the record.
No, they didn't. It was 4-1.
Yeah, but regular season doesn't mean anything.
It was 4-1, Cam.
Chris, regular season does not mean anything.
Did you wait a minute, Cam? Did you hear me?
Boston
Your
was the
camera-
number 2 seed in the regular season. Look where they at.
Your camera jammed up just like OKC gonna jam up against the Spurs. Listen, 4-1.
Okay.
4-1.
Well, guys, that's another edition of Straight Hoops. We appreciate y'all tuning in. And we'll
What'd you
talk
say,
to y'all
Cam?
next week.
I said, "Now you right. Yeah, they 4-1 with them."
Which means nothing.
Be quiet. Tonight is
It
the
don't
night
matter.
as we
I'm still
ride.
Detroit basketball. Like,
All right, we signing off, guys. Y'all have a great evening.
peace.
Ew. Yeah.